reference, not good yet. Making the Maker's monthly subscription box, Sleepy Panda. And yeah, this is where we got to last week. Body looking good. We're going to have to work on the head. What I'm going to do, let's do this. Ooh, put the PC a little further away. Now I have to read in tiny print, but let's just make a start on doing a bit more firming up of the body. What I'm going to do today is, the next step is to be working on the shape of the head. Oh, guide to sneeze. Wow. Excuse me. Working on the shape of the head using some of the cute pictures of baby pandas in here. So I'm going to use some of the, that's the bright white, some of the core wool from the kit to build up the head and hopefully make it a little more cute and pandery before we get started on anything else. So I will start on this, and yeah, we want to kind of get a bit to fatten up those cheeks. That's probably way too much, but hey. So we'll start building that up loosely based on what I see in the pictures, and then we'll get into following the directions again. Oh, excuse me, almost sneezed, so now I'm super sniffy. Bridget, hello there. Hi, Pam and the Crafty Clan. And Diana's here. Hello. Alex, hi. Missed a couple of weeks, but catching up. Oh, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Anyone who makes it, I totally appreciate you being here. Oh, wow, that is annoyingly sniffy. So they say baby panda has smaller. We can see, yes, we don't have an echo. Everything's okay. Baby panda has a smaller snout than a fully grown panda. So I'm just going to work on that a little bit. But one thing I am seeing is a bit of a nose, ridge running down when their eyes are in between that. So I might do something about that. Just now, I'm just building up a little bit of bulk around the head because the head was too small. So we'll do that and then see what it looks like, and yeah, see where we go from there. How's everyone's panda looking? I know today was the Zoom call. For those of you that aren't part of the Everyone's a Maker, Everyone's a Maker group, because these kits come from the makers, and the lovely Alicia does a Zoom call where you can all work together on your panda. So hopefully everyone who's got the panda was hopefully working on that. So that's a little something, if you didn't know, a little extra that the makers do, so you can felt along with other people. So where did everyone get to? Oh, that is already looking a lot better. Bigger head. And I think it's really cool to have some little reference photos at the back to really look at what we're working on. So although they do have fat cheeks, there is sloping black back and everything. It is an animal, not a soft toy. So I'm trying to look at how it's shaped in real life. Oh, excuse the high definition down the microphone sniffs, but yeah. Apparently hay fever is still not going away. The other thing I want to do is just build up this back chunk a little bit as well, because you can definitely see the fluff with the pandas are fluffy, and that fills up to that back point. And with the adult, there is even like a little hump. So we will build that up so that the arms aren't sticking out and looking totally weird. Yes, they do definitely seem to have a bit of a hunch over, but it's cool. Pandas are cute, no matter how they are, they're cute. And I'm going to do a little bit the same there. And now he is chunky. He's not fat, he's just fluffy. And baby pandas are remarkably fuzzy. I don't think I've got any white tops here, but I was thinking about making them fuzzy, putting some long hair on them. That would be super cute as well. But yeah, we've blended in some of that arm, so he looks more natural, less less like the arms were just stuck on, so it's cool. Carol, hi there. Baby Panda is currently legless. Well, the legs were super easy and they worked out well, so that's good. Oh, sorry, apologies. This is going to be the Sniffy Pam thread. My mum will be sitting there going, use a hanky, but no. We're not going to blow our nose live on camera, just going to sniff because it's disgusting. Diana, your panda's not as far as mine, but getting there slowly. Hey, take your time and enjoy these projects. That's the point. It's not a race. You don't have customers waiting for them or anything. These should be fun projects to work on to, expand your skills, but also to have some fun. Okay, I think I can build up the other looks. I think that's good enough as a base, and we'll build up the other looks following the instructions. I just wanted to get the size. So now we're working with the fluffy, this is pillowy soft, short fibered white and black bats. I lost the ability to say the word there. And we just want to put them on in wispy bits and allow them to overlap. So that's what we're doing, just adding the white on. And then this, yes, you really can see the difference on camera. The natural has a slight yellowy cast, and when you put the white on, it's beautiful bright white, and it is pillowy soft. So just putting fine layers of this over. And I'm just trying to just say do this and let it overlap. So I'm just kind of leaving some bits free to give them a bit of a fuzzy. Let's see how that works. I wouldn't do this with bats normally. I would do it with tops. So we'll see what it ends up looking like. But just leaving almost like little edges loose for a little more of a fuzzy effect. No, I don't think it's gonna, but no, it's gonna annoy me. Oh, sniffles. Rosanne's in the house. Hello there, Rosanne. Good to see you. Late greetings. Oh, you're only a couple of minutes late, and I know you're the other side of the world. It's like something ridiculous, like, well, it's Sunday morning, so I don't expect people to get up super early. But yeah, good to see you. Well, I think I know most of you who's on here, but just anybody new, let me know where you're from. And if you're new, just put hashtag new at the start. Let me know if you're new, and if you're old, let me know if you're old. Or if you're old and new, let me know. But yeah, just let me know new and where you're from. If you're not new, hello, thank you for joining me again. You've watched me once before and you still decided to come back, so thank you so much. Yeah, this white is it is so soft. So if you're wanting something super soft, I think it would be a pain to felt with the whole the whole sculpture in this white. If you were doing any kind of size, the core is lanolin rich bats, and they are much easier to to felt with to get a nice smooth structure. But this stuff is pillowy soft for the top, and it is, it's hard to see on camera. Cameras don't like white with lots of light about the place, but you can sort of see the difference in colour in some of the bits, I think. But yeah, it's so soft. It's so nice. And that's what, if you haven't needle felted before, it's a good idea to experiment with a few different fibers and see what suits your kind of felting style, what things you like, and to get a feel for what all the different things are. Because I think the thing that puts people off felting the most in the first place is getting kits with awful fibers, or fibers that are wrong for what you're trying to do, and then it just totally puts people off because it takes forever to felt. You don't get a good effect and everything, whereas if you use the right things, you start to understand what effect each different kind of fiber has. I hope so anyway. So the lanolin, the core wool is good for speedily making up a base, but it's not necessarily as pretty. It's got some vegetable materials in it. It's not the beautiful bright colour, but it does its job. And then you use a nice top coat to get the look you were going for. So there we go. He's got a smaller nose than a normal panda would have, and some chunky cheeks. And I'll keep on going over him to smooth him out later. Take a small pinch of the Cape Merino. This is the pure black. You can see this. You can just about see there's sort of other colours, and it's a coarser fibre that we used for the legs. But the bats, now pandas have very small ears, if I remember correctly. I do indeed. They have titchy ears, so I'm not going to take too much, too little pinches of this. And that's the other thing when you're trying different fibers. This stuff is feels very soft compared to this. This is much denser, and that is going to also make a difference in your felting. A small pinch of this is going to felt down to something much smaller than a small pinch of the same thing. So one thing that I always used to do when I was starting out and you got some new fibers and you wanted to see what they were like is take a small amount of it and just felt it into a ball. See how much it felt down compared to other fibers that you're used to using. You'll start to get a feel for like how much of a pinch, how soft something is by how much it's going to felt down. But it's really cool to get a bit of a practice of that, so you can get a feel that all fibers behave slightly differently, and it just makes it nice and easy. And hiccups now too, excuse me. And yeah, I like this kit. We've got a variety of fibers, so you can get the hang of practicing with different types. And I was just thinking, I've got an awful lot of fibre left behind, but then I forgot last week I went off piste and made my panda like half size, didn't I? So we've still got a ton of fibres left over, and I've got to be aware of everything when I'm making him, that to make him, remember I'm making him that little bit smaller, so any quantities are going to be less. So to make the ears, they tend to be kind of little round ears. So I'm just focusing on making a curve on one side and just leaving the bottom bit barely felt in the bottom bit. So it's a kind of slightly longer semicircle, and the tips, the top of the ear, I'm losing words today. The top of the ear is working out slightly thicker, and that's going to like hold its shape nicely. Just making sure I haven't done everything else. But yeah, it's saying you don't necessarily need to felt all your white bats down too much because you're looking to make this guy look a little bit fluffy. I haven't got one up with me, but you can use a reverse felting needle to get a bit of a fluffy effect if you want as well. Tip, don't use your coarse felting needles when working with this Cape Merino. And I can see this is a very delicate, it is felting quite quickly, but it's very soft. So yeah, you would probably, you can see my needle pocks in that. So, and this is a 40 twist, I think. So you can see that this it wouldn't be nice to felt with if you try and use a really coarse needle. I've used sort of cotton fibers like this before, and when you stab into it with a coarse needle, it deforms it absolutely tons. So it's really hard to get any kind of nice smooth finish. Each stab does too much work, if that makes sense. You want to be able to do a few stabs to get a smooth effect, rather than it going like like the fibers running away. Lisa, hello there. You've missed a lot of lives lately. Hope you're enjoying the summer holidays. Hey, yeah, summer is a weird time for everything. For people having time to watch videos, for people buying online and everything. I expect there to be a dip in the summer. Totally understandable. Um, but yeah, summer holiday. Well, in Scotland, I think yeah, the kids are definitely back at school now. Summer holidays are over, and I think the English summer holidays finish in a couple of weeks or so. So summer's almost gone. How did that happen? Rose Bright is in the house. Hello there, and Ginger. Good morning, Pam and everyone. Ginger the panda has the proper roly poly look. Yeah, I was definitely. I went off piste and definitely made him a little bit chunkier. But that's it. I can't wait. I haven't seen anybody's pandas yet, so I'm looking forward to how they all turn out because pandas are cute, and I don't think famous last words we say here. I don't think you can mess up a panda. I think it'll be cute no matter what. And because it's just a black and white, you could knit or crochet a panda hat. You can, in whatever medium you work in, making a panda is easy because it's just black and white and round cuteness. Pandas are so easy to make cute. Right. Slightly different sized ears, but these pages want to stick together. All right, so let's look at felt the ears into the top of the head, leaning slightly towards the side. Okay, I think about here. And I've made mine like ultra small because like their ears kind of disappear into the fluff. But big ears can look cute as well. Then you start to get a kind of like cartoony look. So I'm just going to read ahead. As you felt them, the shape will change. You can manipulate this. Yep, great advice. With anything, especially when it's quite soft still, as you're felting it, you can see what each needle stab is doing. And if you like the direction it's going in, then keep stabbing in the same place, keep doing the same thing. If you don't like what it's doing, then move the needle about or put a little bit of extra fiber over to cover a little hole you've made. You can also manipulate by sort of squishing the thing into the shape you want a little bit and felting all over it while it's squished in shape, and that holds the shape. So we really are sculpting with a needle here. You can curve the ears forward by stabbing into the side and the front where you imagine the ear holes to be. Yep. So that's kind of what I'm doing. If you can see lipstick all over my hand, but I'm also, now it's kind of firmly on, I'm just at the sides, just gently pushing it forward and then felting into the ears. I didn't even think about that. I just kind of do that automatically to just kind of give that little shape. Loyal Grow shout out show. Any animal lovers here? Well, I hope everybody is, but definitely here. I get everyone hands up if you're an animal lover. That ear could be even further down. There we go. Cutie. I hope everyone's some level of an animal lover. Oh, exciting. You talking of animal lovers, actually. It's really weird. When I first started needle felting, I had a lot of vegans ask me if I could do some work for them. And at the time, I got the fibers that I was able to get, but it wasn't great and I wasn't able to do great work. So I kind of stopped doing vegan work just because of what I could find. And then there was a time, I think it was some kind of organization that shall not be named here, but they did a thing on how the wool industry is cruel, and it can be, and I really do look into where I get my fibers from, a lot of, try and make that good, but I totally get you know, if you don't want to use this kind of stuff, that makes sense too. But yeah, I used to get a lot of hate from certain people. And then thankfully that's all gone. But I had finally had someone asking if I could do a vegan sculpture. And I found, just looking around now, I knew that I'd done the acrylic fibers before. That's really getting a lot better for acrylic bats. But I found now you can get acrylic tops and all sorts, nylon, by, you know, good eco-friendly stuff as well. So I've ordered in a ton of that. So just trying to see who's got the best examples. So if anyone wants a kind of review on the non-wool stuff again, I haven't done reviews for ages. So let me know and I'll do that when everything comes in. I'm just gonna, as I said, their eyes go in a bit and they do have a bit of a nose ridge. So I'm just working a little bit into that area. So this is more so I can see it in my head for myself, so I can start to get an idea if I'm getting the shapes right. Yum. Thanks, Ginger and Rosani. Definitely thumbs up for animal lovers. Yay. I definitely made one ear a good deal bigger than the other, but that's okay. And yeah, I did mention the core felt like super quickly. This is really, it's beautiful and soft, and it's taking a really lot of stabbing for something that size. Yeah, it's hard work to felt into a solid shape. So yeah, I'm going to say, even if you're doing the bigger panda, I would probably, well, the panda of the size we're supposed to, I would probably use a pinch of the coarse stuff and then put some of the neat stuff over the top, because this is very soft. Well, okay, if you're just making it for yourself, it doesn't matter if the ears are a little bit soft. I'm even actually, that one is being smaller and it's annoying me. So let's add another little pinch and give him a little ear job. A little cosmetic surgery for the panda. But yeah, this is really quite slow to felt because it's so soft. It's like a kind of cotton, if anyone's used anything like that. So perhaps a little structure if you're doing anything bigger, but it's going to be really good for doing details like the nose that I see is coming next. Doing the nose, the eye holes, and the eye makeup and the ears this will really start to look like a panda. I certainly hope. And once we've done that. There, that's a bit better. Okay, the nose is next. And they definitely have made it quite a big nose. I'm going to go my own way again. I'm going to felt it off the panda to get some straight lines, because I'm not very good at following directions. So I'll do the eyes on the panda, because I feel they don't have to be like a totally neat divide between the eyes and the fur, because they're furry. So, you know, the black area is fur as well, so they would sort of be a bit blending. But the nose is a solid different thing, so I like to felt it off the creature so that it's a neater line between the fur and the nose. So it's in the picture, it's a triangle shape, so I'm making it a triangle shape. We're doing the nose and then we're doing the mouth. And that's an absolutely cute little smile they felted into it, so we'll try and do that too. I've shown this before, but for triangles, you can shape with your finger. If you hold 3 fingers together, you get a kind of triangle shape that I always use for making tiny noses. That's my Pam top tip. This is probably way too big, but it's going to be cute. So pop it onto his nose. I think all attempts at being lifelike realistic are out of the window. But when you're doing facial features, it's kind of good to keep moving all around so you get a look at it from all angles and you can see how not symmetrical you're being. It doesn't have to be exact, but I do really struggle to keep things symmetrical. So seeing things from all ways round as you felt it on, and then you can scoot it left to right or everything. Yum. Ginger, summer is almost over. Oh, today I think I'll be picking my first harvest of green beans. Oh, congratulations. Planted them too close together. So I'll look as though I'm standing on my head in the garden dodging bumblebees. Oh, well, happy harvesting then. That sounds cool. My harvests this year didn't turn out great. I kind of neglected all my vegetables. I've had a ton of rhubarb, far too many gooseberries, and I don't even like gooseberries. Strawberries weren't good this year. That was annoying. Yeah, strawberries were rubbish. I'm going to add a little bit more white underneath his nose. I did sort of bleed a little bit as I was felting in there, so I'm just going to cover that up a little bit and just chunk out the bottom so there's some loose fibres to start felting his mouth into. I've definitely gone the teddy bear route a little bit more here. Right, to decide where his smile should be, about here, I think. And if you haven't felted before, if you felt lots of tiny little stabs together in a straight line or a curved line, that creates an indentation that can be like a mouth or something else. You just kind of have to keep on felting all in the same place and you get an indentation. And it can be kind of cool because the bits that you haven't indented sort of poof out a little bit over it as well, depending on how firmly felted your critter was before you got to that stage. Right, here we go. We're going to make a mess and this isn't going to look like a panda. Take a wisp of the black. Let's see if I can get similar sized wisps. Kind of. That's probably too much. So I'm going to take a little pinch from the second bit, put it on the first, and then split them in two. So it's not quite half, but it's almost. And little panda eyes. I like to do them sort of coming down, looking a little bit sad. And I'm just going to felt these in a little bit more to indent them more. Oh, Ginger, your peppers didn't grow. They're alive, but the same height as are planted. Oh, no. If I thought I could dig them up and house plant them without bringing the bugs in, I would. Yeah, I've got peppers. I've got peppers from seeds, actually, and chili peppers from seeds, too. They were great. But, yeah, they really seem to grow quite well. But, yeah, they do better a little bit hot. So bring them in. Deal with the bugs. CB, hi there. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Thank you everyone for joining us. And Nancy from New York, Panda looks great. Currently working on salad fingers for a gift. That's like tongs, is it? You know, for serving salads, I think. Two countries, same language, use completely different words. Lisa, Panda's now alive, better than he can see. Yes, it does help, doesn't it? Like anything, I mean, look at the pictures and play around with the shape of the eyes until you get something that you're kind of happy with. That's just a kind of shape that I like for them. And it's not even slightly even, but whatever. Ginger tomatoes were pretty rubbish as well. Still waiting on the peas, but they're blooming like crazy. Blooming peas. I have had no luck with tomatoes. I mean, we're probably a bit too far north here in Scotland, but some years I've planted. I start with the seeds. I plant them in the house. I've planted them in January, kept them in the on the windowsill for all the year, and by about September, I've had like 3 or 4 tomatoes for like 8 months solid trying to grow the things. I get like 3 or 4 tomatoes, not 3 or 4 sprigs of tomatoes, 3 or 4 tomatoes. They just don't like growing here. Okay, what's our next bit? Eyeballs, actual eyes. So I'm gonna look where Panda eyes are just in this black patch. Yeah, I was worrying too much about where they're going to be. Oh, shall we go off piste and add some more as well? Right. Not some more eyes, you'll see in a minute. Oh, Nancy, salad fingers is a creepy figure from a video. Ah, okay, that sounds creepy. I like. And we're getting in for the creepy season. We'll be doing all the creepy things. What I was thinking of doing, I just have to check. I'm not sure how copyrighty it is and everything, but I have my wall behind me, which is good, but in front of me, if you saw my day in the life video like last week, how I speed ran Eatsy runned. I'm like 12 or something. I speed ran Eatsy. You'll have seen my wall at the back, and that's just for the. Oh, that's cute. Just to stop the echo for my mic and everything, I've just hung up a sheet there. But what I thought I might do, like a massive project that could take forever, but I was thinking I really enjoyed, if you didn't see years ago, I needle felted 2D like Wednesday Addams and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas and everything. And I thought I could do make that kind of thing like into a giant mural thing to go over there, and with like horror characters and stuff. So because all the felted things should all be able to like felt together and create an entire piece. But I don't know. Some people have now said that they're not sure even about like fan art as having something to have in your house if I've made a video of it. So I'm going to like triple check that it's okay to be making videos of these. That is cute with these eyes. Because I think that could be cute. Right, I'm going to try something, and if it doesn't work, I'll untry it. But here's a baby. So don't tell the makers. We're going off piste slightly. I just want to see if I can add a little bit of extra to his eyes. Oh, too big. Anyone guess what I'm doing yet? Let's see how that works. And if it looks bad, then we'll just undo it. So adding a small amount of white under the black eye. Yeah, that works. Just to make him look like he's looking up. Not easy to get even, but there we go. Okay, so off piste. Here's a little extra to do to keep up your maker's thing. Carol, here in Ireland, we've got tomatoes, strawberries, and blueberries. We've had a great year. Oh, fantastic! Congratulations. Sounds good. Okay, I think his face is looking better. Ginger, your parents had a greenhouse. That makes all the difference. Started lots of veg in it. Forgot to plant some tomatoes until it was too late. Kept them inside. Oh, Christmas ripe tomatoes were lovely. Oh, that's a good idea. That would be good. Nancy, sounds like fun to make. I assume you mean my backdrop thing. I forget what I was talking about like 2 minutes after I was talking about it. Ginger, perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that worked good. So we've got to there. Use wisps of white to cover all of the core wool, all of the white core wool, and leave a pinch for the tail. So we'll take off some. I'm not going to use all of this. Just start covering them in white because I can really see the difference. Yeah, you can on the camera too. The difference between the white and the cream here. Carol, frightful wool hanging sounds great. It's cool. I think I will give that a try. Definitely. I will quadruple check that I'm okay to do these kind of things because I'm not trying to sell you a course or anything, but just sort of some fan art. But I think it would be cool to, just record it while I'm doing it. So there's little fun videos. Nancy, could I make a panda Bigfoot? Nancy, you can make anything at all that you want. That's the magic of needle felting. If you can imagine something, do you mean could you make the panda's feet big or a Bigfoot? Whatever you're imagining in your head, you can make it. Yeah, this stuff is so nice and fluffy. I'm just deciding how much I should felt it in and how much I should just leave it to poof out because it is so cute. But it bothers me to leave things fluffy. I much prefer to like felt stuff really solid, and then if I wanted fluffy, I would add long fibers. But this is super cute and it's so easy for beginners, but fluffy kind of makes my eye itch. I always think because it's easy to remove again, so I would be worried if I was selling stuff soft, but if it's for yourself, make it soft because that is cute. It does annoy me, but it is cute. I think it's when I started needle felting. Now, there's always been lovely, supportive, wonderful people in needle felting, but there also has been purists who would be like, no, you have to felt it very firmly and must not, like, you can't use glass eyes, can't use an armature and everything. So people had made their own kind of rules. So I kind of feel like, no, it must be felted really firmly because so many people sort of made a big deal about it in the past. But make it soft and fluffy if you want. I really want to give him extra tummy. Just when he's doing like that. I'm sorry, makers, you gave us a kit for a beautiful, cute, kind of realistic thing, and I've made a comedy teddy bear. Bridget, hi there. Bridget just woke up. Beautiful panda. Thank you so much. And hi, Crafty Cat Clan. Nancy, guess the coming holiday is giving me inspiration. Absolutely. Take inspiration from everywhere. I'm always inspired by Halloween. All the time inspired by Halloween. Ginger, sounds good. I need to find my spider web I found a few years back. It's made from glow in the dark yarn. Hopefully I still have the big spider that sits in it and several bats to too many boxes with holiday stuff in. Oh, that sounds so cool. Well, if not, you can always make some more. And we've done on this channel, we've done some bats. If anyone wants to needle felt bats, done a couple, like Nightmare Before Christmas type bat, and also a bat with a full armature and everything. If you want something big, that was great fun to make. What else? What else Halloween stuff we did? Well, we've done Nightmare Before Christmas, loads of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. I've had so much fun doing them. I'm trying to think if there's anything from there I can do. I didn't have a chance. Just before I came upstairs, I saw an artist I follow has done a sketch of their dog, but in a Tim Burton style. And I'm trying to figure out if I could make my dog in a Tim Burton style. I think that would be cool if I can figure out, because she's quite cute and fluffy and very opposite of Tim Burton. But I'm trying to figure out if I could do that. That would be fun. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what other horror-y things. Oh, I've not made a Frankenstein's monster for ages. That I could make one of them. That's fun. Nancy just said Frankenstein as I said it there. Well, I know you said it like way in advance, but lag. Yeah, so I can totally do a Frankenstein. I've not made one of them for ages. But on the channel, oh yeah, one of my first ever Halloween felts, if anyone's looking for an easy felt, was a bloodshot eyeball. Sounds really difficult, super easy to make. Because if you're wanting to do any kind of bloodshotedness or veininess with your felting, it is so easy. Just get some red wool, some red like knitting yarn, and cut it into lengths. And sort of when you fray it out, so it goes from thicker, it goes from like 4-ply to 2-ply to 1-ply and stuff. Those all kind of trace out like veiny patterns so easily. You can use like latex to glue it to your face to look really gross if you're going out, or to put it onto felties to give them the Halloweeny creepy look. Yeah, I've totally got to felt some Halloween monsters. I'm trying to think what kits the makers are giving us coming up to Halloween, and can I Halloweenify it? That would be a great idea, to take cute things and make them horrific. Or horrifically cute. I like the sound of that. Ginger, that panda butt is pinchable. I am spending an awful long time on the panda butt, and thank you for putting in the eyes. Yes, I think the eyes helped him, didn't it? I like that. I've covered him in white. That was what yep. I'm getting distracted thinking of horrifying things. Okay, tail. We want to, it says slightly oblong, so a little. Their tails are little flaps, really. So a little rectangular flap. I'm just slightly reading ahead what's going on here. Putting the tail on, can cover all of the black natural with the pretty black. Yeah, so start with the shoulders. All pandas have unique markings, absolutely. Oh, and puffing up his hips a bit. Doing the mouth. Yeah. Okay, we're definitely getting there. Oh, and I'm reading ahead. There's some great advice. If your ears are too big, if your panda's ears are too big, don't do this to your actual ears, even if they might be a little bit. Now I'm mobile. Don't look at my ears. Now, if your panda ears are too big, you can actually trim them, or you can just keep felting them. This stuff will, I'm pretty sure. I'd love to do an experiment with this. We don't really have time today. Yeah, but I'd love to experiment to see how much this felts down, because I'm pretty sure that if you keep going, this is going to keep keep compressing for quite a bit because it's very light and airy. So you could, if your ears are too big, keep on doing it. Ginger looks like it has a holy sheet over its head. Yeah, you could do like a panda that looks like it's wearing a sheet. You could do a panda wearing a sheet pretending to be a ghost, but it would still look like a panda because the black eyes would be poking out. Rosanni's up for Halloweenifying them. I knew Rosanni would be. Oh, Nancy, you'd like to make a raven. That is such a good idea. I haven't done many birds apart from the owl, which is just off the screen. Oh, a raven would be cool. Yeah. Ginger, yeah, hands can be creepy too. I have been felting hands. I've got several different methods for making hands, which is super easy. And yeah, I was when I was doing my bookmarks, I did make like a creepy hand, and I was trying to figure out, do I really want to make a creepy hand bookmark? But I do. And Nancy, the thing would be great with some of that ripple wool. What's ripple wool? What don't I know about here? That sounds cool. I'm trying to think what we could make. We've got a raven, but I'm trying to think what other creepy things we could make now. I'm getting into the idea of this. Yeah, we can start creepy season. There we go. Little tail flap for the panda. It does say yes, the pandas do seem to have a little tiny bit of black lips or pink lips. So I'm going to try this cape stuff has such a short fiber, it's difficult to pull it out into a nice string, but it rolls nicely. Let's see how this works. Like a strange little mustache. Oh yeah, that kind of helps too. Make sure it's a smile rather than a frown. So that's just into the indentation that I already made, and I'm making sure to felt it in a bit so it's really subtle. And actually looking at the pictures of the wee pandas, they can have the big nose like this, which is quite adorable, but it's almost like a little flap as well with the babies, and the adults look like it's got a bit more of a nose. I do think I went a bit overboard with the nose, but it's quite cute. Oh, and they're also doing straight line down like a little. There we go. Connects the nose to the lip. Lots of animals have that. And then we're just covering up with a little bit of black. And then the panda's done. That kind of worked really well. Yeah, so if you haven't done this panda kit, I would totally recommend it. You can't go wrong with a panda. And if you go off piste like I have, make it a bit smaller, then you've got tons left. You could easily make a couple of really tiny ones. This is something I did for years, practicing doing different sizes. So I would see how small I could make a panda and it still look like a panda. And the answer is very small. The biggest difficulty is really getting the detail to be able to put eyes in it. Because I was just felting it all. So if you're using like little eyes for eyes, you better get down pretty small. So that's worth doing. Oh, Nancy, the ripple wool is a yarn that when you untwist it, the ripples remain. I have not heard of that. I will I will have to Google that when I'm done here. I am rushing this this bit just now because I want to get on to build up his thighs with some of the black as well. I think my panda looks very much nothing like the one we're supposed to be making. I thought well, that's it. I followed the body instructions, but I just added my own little twists until it started to look a bit more like a character of a panda rather than a panda. I don't even know that the arms needed this black over them, but I can see why we did it in the coarser wool, because this soft, gorgeous Cape Merino is soft and gorgeous, but it's not great to felt with, so it really is only for felt, for top dressing, for colouring in things that are already made. So yeah, you want to make that nice and firm for it to have something to stick to. But it is a very nice, soft as anything black. So it's a new one on me. Oh, I haven't asked you guys what, apart from the panda, but what are we all working on just now? I am currently doing 3 Greater Swiss Mountain Dogs. They're great fun, but it's always nerve-wracking when I get an order in to do like the same dog a few times, because anyone who needle felts know you can't make them totally the same. So I always tell people that obviously they're all going to be a slightly different representation of the dog. They're not going to be identical. Let's just get his back covered, but I don't want to sort of raise that up because we spent so long blending that into the white, because it was sort of sticking out a little bit. Right, I've just got to felt this in a bit and smooth it because I've gone a bit too fluffy on these arms now. Oh, Rosanny, thank you. My panda is adorable. Nevertheless, Nancy, what do they look like? The Greater Swiss. I've actually met some in real life. It's a large breeder dog, but it's not what I thought of when I first thought of them. And it's a colouring like am I thinking of a Bernese or something? But the black, white, and red. But it's a smoother coated and very athletically built. I can't pull up things to show you. Google them. It's a lot more athletically built, not quite as big as like the Bernese, the other sort of mountain dogs that you think of. It's a really nice breed. Like I say, I've met them at agility, and they're very agile, which is nice. But yeah, Google them. They're fun. It's not, when I first heard of them, I thought it was going to be like the other types of mountain dogs, which are huge. But not. Right, it's easier if I wrap this stuff the best I can. I won't lie, I am not the biggest fan of this black to do a lot of work in. It's soft and everything, but it's not easy to do a lot of work with. So I would probably, if you're just laying it on to make something fluffy, it'll work. But it doesn't work for how I use these kind of things. So that's, experiment with fibers, buy sample kits from various suppliers, do like the subscription boxes to get a feel for what everything is like, because we're all going to like different fibers differently. And I know that, I really like this lanolin rich core. Not such a fan of this stuff. What my problem with it is, it has such a short staple fiber length. So it's less than a centimeter long, the length of the fibers in here, which for me makes things difficult to felt nicely. Basically, basically it's harder because every single fiber sort of has to be felted in. Whereas if you've got something that the fiber length is, a few inches, then it's easier to know that you've caught up at least at least some of the fibers. Whereas I am struggling to make sure I'm catching all the fibers. But the fine it's beautiful and soft. It's just not what I prefer to felt with. Um, Ginger experiments with a beaded silk merino yarn from a lady's kipper. I can never say that, can I? Not liking it much as the beads keep heading to the inside. Oh, what a pain! Yeah, yes, knitting and all these speciality fibers with like with beads on them and sequins and everything. It looks like a nightmare. The effect can be gorgeous, but it can be taking like 3-4 times as much time to create them, so it might not be worth it. Oh, and Carol's trying punch needle embroidery currently. I love we're all trying different things, if not different crafts, then at least trying different versions of the of the crafts we're doing, which I think is really cool to always be pushing yourself. Nancy, I wonder if a punch needle would work on a needle felted project. I'm trying to remember exactly what punch needle is. I can't remember. Whenever I see it, I always think it is needle felted, but it's not needle felted. Someone let me know in the comments. Like in my head, I'm seeing it like the rugs and stuff. What is punch needle embroidery? Someone let me know. Yeah, someone let me know. I don't know, and I would normally Google right away, but I my hands aren't free and my phone's downstairs because every time I say anything, it decides Google Assistant decides to answer me anyway. So I didn't want that happening. So I can't ask it. Ginger, the kind of needle's too big. Yeah, I don't know if I'm thinking of the right thing, so I don't want to say. But what I think I'm thinking of, it wouldn't work. Bridget, Dorset buttons and silk wet felt for a vest for every day. Is that Dorset buttons and silk? That that sounds fun, guys. You're gonna have to send me pictures of these kind of things because, like, yeah, I don't really know what everything. I think I know what something is, and then I'm like, do I really? Do I really? Um, I definitely feel that we didn't need to add this. The merino was beautiful for his face, but I don't think I needed to add it to his legs. Or I'm doing it wrong. You want to add it in the small fluffy amounts, like what we did for the body. But I was being impatient and I wanted to use it like the fibers that I use for other things, and it's not designed for that. So sorry, makers. I'm loving that picture of the panda just splatted flat out on his belly. Can you put your kind of like that? There we go, little guy. Yeah, that's the pose he's going to be in, just because that is too adorable. I know they've got him curled up and looking super cute. That's what we're supposed to be doing, but no, mine's going to be splatted on his belly, panda. Um, Carol, that was what I had in my head. Yes, thank you. Um, Pokey needle pushing wool yarn through, leaving loops or stitches behind can easily unravel. Yeah, so it is like the kind of rag thing. You've got a needle that catches the yarn and pushes it through. So there's just a loop at the bottom. Gotcha. And yes, if you pulled it, it would all come out. So yeah, I don't that would be like too big a needle for needle felting. I could see you could needle felt the back of it, or you could glue it. You could needle felt the back of it to make it stick so it doesn't unravel. I assume it's just held together with friction, isn't it? You put each of the loops through firmly enough that they just hold together with friction. Oh, Rosani is doing a basic mask making tutorials to ease into the Halloween season. Finally upgraded my iPhone and now have an iPad Pro for the large screen that comes in handy for editing. Oh, Rosani, awesome. For those that don't know, that Rosani does a lot of papier-mâché stuff. She has a YouTube channel, so you should check her out. Now that she's upgraded her kit as well, she can do it even easier. But yeah, that's cool. So mask making tutorials. So look out for them. Yeah, Rosanna is papier mâché, but she has a lovely Halloweeny. I'm trying to think. I know in my head that it's the kind of whimsical Tim Burton kind of look to her stuff, sort of masquerade. There's a word I'm looking for. Rosanny, it's your style. I mean, but she definitely has a vibe that fits in with us. It's our thing. Nancy, need to cuddle the panda. Ah, oh, thank you. Yes. He does look like he wants a cuddle, doesn't he? When you do that. I'm just trying to smooth these arms and legs out, and then we are done. But yeah, I know a few you're making the panda. I think when I was starting to talk about like Halloweenifying things, and then I looked at him and was like, I can't Halloweenify this one. But what are the next makers boxes? Oh, I have them here. Oh no, we're not going to be able to Halloweenify them because in September it's a puppy. I'm not Halloweening a puppy. October is a baby gorilla. No. And November is a snowy owl. You're just cruel to me. I wanted to Halloweenify. Well, I suppose puppy, we could use the basic shape and look into some Tim Burton style puppies. I've already done a 0, but there was Frankenweenie. He has a puppy. I'll have a look. We'll see if we can do. We can use the markings and the feelings of a Tim Burton dog. I think so, with the puppy kit. There's an idea. Diana, thank you. A puppy and a gorilla. Yeah, I totally forgot that I just that I got the thingamything newsletter. Words have been hard today. Carol, puppy, then orangutans. Unfortunately, it looks like gorilla. My mum is obsessed with orangutans. Nancy Frankenweenie. Yep. Yeah, I'll look. I can just about see it. So yeah, we're going to Halloweenify the kit. Don't tell the makers; they're going to kill me. we've over cutified. We've gone from a realistic panda to a panda bear, really. And yeah, then we're going to slightly horrorify the puppy kit. Sounds good to me. So yeah, I will reasonably follow the kit. I'm just looking the things down there. We can reasonably follow the kit to get the shape of the puppy, and then make it Frankenweenie in the end. Nobody will know what we're doing. Nobody will guess. It'll be our secret. That's cool. And then we'll figure out some more horror themes. I'm trying to think, what else have I made that I could horror up a bit? I've mainly been making black cats for myself. When you can't horror up black cats more than they already are. They're black cats. That's what can we sacrifice to the gods of horror that I've already made? Oh, I don't want to. They're all so cute. The one that's looking back at me is Santa, but I don't think you can horrify Santa. That's just not right. It's just not right. Um, I just saw the hair that we made, but horrifying a hair when they already terrify me after watching Watership Down. No, 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 no. No, can't do that. I can't horror any of those. What I maybe have to do is make, like I did a ballet dancer a while ago, like making the kind of fairy things and then turning the ballet dancer into a witch. That sounds good. Um, Barbara, good times. Yep. Diana, Steffi says she likes people doing their own thing, but the horror theme might horrify the makers. I'm sure they would be happy with it. I don't think I'd be good enough to actually horrify to be horrifying. Yeah, I just scared myself though looking at the hair and thinking I could make, yeah, not good. Rosanny, thank you. Rosanny's describing her style better than I could. Your style is fantasy fest meets creepy old world. Just add a felted mask to one of your projects. That's true. That's something that's something that would totally work. Actually, it could do the mixed media type things because I've been wanting to do some more sculpty, polymer clay things. I did a while ago. Found out you can polymer clay adds really nicely with the soft of needle felting stuff. So some kind of polymer clay mask. I have a really cool mask that I got years ago, and I've always wanted to have somewhere to wear it, but I haven't had somewhere to wear it. Barbara's on the yes for a witch. Yeah, I think we could do a kind of fairy ballet dancer. Those kind of things that everybody makes, and then make her not fairy ballet dancer. Nancy, yeah, the sheet over the panda, yeah. I don't have any. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't have any felt sheets, pre-felt just now. Else I could totally just do that this minute. That would be so cute. It's kind of what I did when I made Zero. That was a couple of years ago. I made a pre-felt, a sheet, and then I just made a wire skeleton for him, draped it over, and then sort of felted to firm up to get the shape a bit. That definitely worked. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to do it with this guy, but let's make a Halloween panda. I can just see that, just like literally. You just don't need to do the whole body, but just do the head and then have a sheet where you cut out the eyes and cut out the ears, and then it would just be like a ruffly triangle thing. That would be cute. Okay. Yes, but not today. Today I think we are done with the Maker's Panda. Now, next week I may or may not be here next week. I'm not entirely sure, but I might not be. I might be away having some fun, but if I'm here, we'll figure out something to make. Possibly we'll Halloween. We'll ghost up a panda now that I've got the thought of that, but don't know. Who knows if I'll be here or not? But what we're going to do is I will pack away the rest of the panda materials just in case. So we still have Minlet. For everything that was in the kit, I've still got all of that left. I think there's still a load of the wires sitting around too. I really like these twisted steel wires. They're really good. But yeah, so you could definitely make, instead of the great big one, you can make a panda this size, and I reckon you'd get 2 or 3 titchy ones as well. Bargain. But let us, I could keep, you know me, I would keep felting that forever and you would barely see any difference. Let's squish him up a bit. There. So not quite what the makers had planned. I mean, it's, how does he look lying down? Kind of cute, actually. Okay, I take it back. We'll do him lying down, curled up, lying down. Let's. So there we go. In the kit, I forgot, yes, we also have this green stuff for him to have stuff to lay on. Yeah, there we go. So, sleeping panda. Done. I'd love to see you guys's. If you've made something like this, I'm going to put the green aside and use that for a different project. I'm just trying to bend his legs over so he definitely looks like he's sleeping rather than nobody sleeps with their arms quite out like that unless you're very weird. And where shall he go? In you go, little guy. There we go. Does that show up? Probably. Oh, yes, you can just see him. I was going to stick some. Hang on. I have my very useful lights. Does that help? Oh, does that make it more? I can point things out with a flashlight. But yes, there we go. Panda. Ooh. Right in my eyeball. Panda now has his home. I have to tidy up all the critters in there. Oh, I see you're all getting excited there. Rosanni, happy horns, pointy ears and wings. Just have fun. Oh, absolutely. Bridget, thank you. Panda's very cute. Thanks, Pam and Clan, for the chat and make. Rosanni's off. Thank you so much. I'm off as well. Nancy, bye. And yeah, before on your way out, give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Oh, an ogre. I want to get felting now. Thank you all for the inspiration. Anyway, I will catch you all possibly next week, possibly in 2 weeks' time. But